training shoulders and triceps today. Gonna start with cardio. But today I wanted to talk to you guys exactly about how I overcame all my addictions and how I dropped all my vices to live a more productive life that I'm actually proud of saying that, and I can actually proudly say that I'm proud of the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming, and the possibility and the probability of me reaching all of the goals and objectives that I've set for myself is 120%. It is a complete impossibility for me to not reach all of the goals that I've set for myself with this new mindset that I have built over time. 5 years building this mindset, started in my late teens, now in my early 20s, and this is exactly how I have overcome all the vices and all the bad habits that maybe some of you guys are going through. So firstly, let's just define what a bad vice or a negative habit is. It is any action that you do, and then after you do that action you feel regret. It is nice and enjoyable in the moment, but then regret ensues after that. Now let's go over my vices that I have to fully extinguish and get rid of in order to unlock this new version of myself. Number one, the porn, the hub, and obviously the self-pleasure that comes with the hub, the wasting of my energy that comes with the hub, the wasting of my confidence. And how do you feel right after committing that vice? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There's no way that you can wake up the next day feeling like your goals are possible if you spent half the night pleasuring yourself to other people pleasuring themselves. That is a fact. No one can tell me anything about that. I know that like I know myself, because that used to be me. And since life is a mirror and it's not a window, I can share my experience and you guys can be able to reflect upon your current experience and maybe relate, because literally, if you work the principles of life, you'll get the promise that is attached to those principles. If a man is right, his world will be right. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Now, what is the kingdom? Kingdom is related and correlated to the word dom. Look at the word dom. God gave you dominion over your domain. What is your domain? It's your area of dominance. Mine is fitness, mindset, nutrition, helping people get in the best shape of their life. Obviously, if I seek the kingdom and I drop all the vices and I submit to a life of righteousness, I'm going to be able to dominate in my domain and become a king in my domain, in my dom, king domain. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. But then how was I able to overcome this negative habit? That was the number one habit. Number two was spending money on dates that I didn't have. Money that I didn't have. Obviously, I have a business, right? And one thing about a vice is that it controls you fully. First, you're in control. You're excited. You're dancing with the devil. Soon enough, he's going to stump your toe and wreck your life if you dance long enough with him. So obviously this vice of mine wasn't that crazy at the beginning because I wasn't that attractive. But as I leveled up my fitness, my confidence, my appearance, this vice just kept escalating as I escalated, right? Because obviously when you're a nobody, it's not that hard. It's not that easy to wreck your life. But even when you are driving, the more you increase the speed, the more of a chance you have to wreck your life and die if you make any mistake. So as I kept elevating and elevating, but I didn't extinguish this vice of mine, it was in control of me, because there are two phases in life. One for building character and another one for building your bank account. If you don't build your character first, you cannot build your bank account. You'll just keep putting money inside and this will keep on. Why? Because there is a flaw in your character. That's why I had to fully extinguish this vice. So what would happen was obviously I'd make money from my business, and then since I had not developed and become the person that's worth having this business that I wanted to be by still continuing with these vices that I'm telling you guys about, I'd get money from the business, and instead of using that money for the business, I'd use some of it to find my dates with baddies, like very good looking women. So the thing that I prayed for, the business, the body, was now actually, I was actually, instead of worshiping and being thankful to God for giving me these things, I was using the things that God gave me to praise and worship the devil. Instead of reinvesting in my business and doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I am now falling into temptation because of my lust. This is the danger of not extinguishing your vices, because you guys, you are definitely gonna progress in life. And there's one quote that I heard that resonated with me. It said, keep preparing yourself because your time will come. But I like to change that. Your time is coming anyway, whether you are prepared or not. Your time is coming. You guys are definitely going to start making more money. You guys are definitely going to start having more access. And if you don't build your character first, that access and that money is going to F and wreck you up. You're going to have more leverage to mess up your life, because money only reveals and makes you more of what you are. Obviously, since I've put in the right habits now, the more money I have, I'm just going to, instead of cooking my healthy meals the night before, I'm just going to invest in a meal prep company. Instead of walking to the gym, I'm going to drive my Lamborghini to the gym. Instead of shooting this video, giving positivity to my audience in an iPhone 7, I'm going to be doing that with the latest iPhone 16. Instead of, like, I'm working on the character so that when the money comes, if it's a character that is ready to multiply that money. But if I stay with the bad character, literally I would be ruled by the new money that comes, and then I'll be feeding more into my vices. Had I not fully extinguished my vice of watching the hub, if I get more money, I'm obviously going to subscribe to more OnlyFans accounts. And I'm going to use that money to wreck myself even more. If you have an addiction to gambling, if you have an addiction to alcohol, more money you get, you're going to get more access, and then you're going to spend more money on that alcohol. That's going to wreck your life even further. So now that we've established these vices and what they are, and my vices what they were, because obviously not all vices are equal and we all have our temptations. And I don't want to speak to you guys from my strengths to your weaknesses. I want to speak to you guys from my weaknesses to your weaknesses as well. Because obviously with me, I don't know if it's a genetic thing because my mother hates alcohol, but I also just hated alcohol from the get-go. I've never been an alcohol person ever. That has never been my vice. I've never been a drugs person ever. But the hub, the self-pleasure, the instant gratification seeking, the scrolling of social media, that is a vice too. Like mindlessly scrolling on social media instead of chasing your purpose is a vice in and of itself. But that's another topic for another day. Now that we've spoken about these vices, now let's just get into the tactical stuff of how exactly you're going to fully extinguish them and get rid of them in your life so that you can start moving quicker with purpose and with urgency. The way that you fight darkness is not by punching darkness and fighting darkness. If you get into a dark room, you don't just now do karate upon that darkness and say, hey, go away, darkness. No. What do? You go to the switch and you turn on the light. So light is the opposite of darkness. What is light now? What is going to be the light into your life? What is this light that's going to get rid of all the darkness, quote unquote, bad habits in your life? It is your vision. King Solomon in the book of Proverbs said, my people perish because of a lack of vision. Where there is no vision, my people perish. That's what God says. A man with no vision perishes. So what is this new vision of yours, and what was the vision of mine that was able to make me get rid of all my negative habits? I know for a fact, you don't need to tell me, you don't need to comment on this video. I know that the vision that you have of yourself, the most ideal version of you that's watching this video is you in the best shape of your life. I'm not saying that you need to be jacked and veiny and ripped as hell like myself, no. But just maybe a flat stomach, maybe just a 4-pack, not an 8-pack or 6-pack, or just like bigger arms, you know, or for the ladies just having like a figure, you know, and not even the acquiring of that, but just being proud of your daily actions, you actually taking steps towards that goal, that alone will just put you in a positive mind frame. Because we think that we want these things, Kanti. We're actually longing for the feeling of self-mastery that comes as a result of sticking to your word, showing up to the gym consistently. Because you guys, lifting weights and all of this, that's not really the true aim of what we're actually looking for. Because I already have the muscle. I could literally not train for a while and not lose that much muscle. But what I'm after is that feeling of mastery that comes as a result of working on yourself, the confidence that you're able to take from your fitness aspect and put into other aspects of your life and be a light onto this world and pour into your cup first so that you're able to pour into other cups just by taking care of yourself. But then now, once you've written down that vision, you must make it clear. Write down your exact goals, what you want to do financially with your business or with your school, your academics, or where you work. Once you start taking progressive steps towards that goal, you will literally forget about your vices. Because let me make you guys an example. Like every time you make a decision to a new life, God will always test you to check. God will always test you to check whether you are ready for that next level or not. So as soon as I started working upon getting rid of these vices, so where I stay there is like I have a bachelor setup, but there is a ladies and a men's communal setting, right? And within my complex. And like periodically, usually on like Friday evenings, there would literally be random girls. Well, they are my neighbors, but we don't know each other. Different girls, bro. The boy would be cooking, making his meals, locked in, listening to some personal development, listening to some Wes Watson, some Jim Rohn, some motivation to put me in the right mindset. Next thing, the guy that's the security for our complex is knocking. Now he's like, "Hey, Lwandle, there's some girls that want to see you." I'm like, bruh, I have some calls to make after cooking these meals. I have some appointments with clients. It's night, but like my night and everybody else's night is different. My work is 24/7. If there's a client that I need to attend, there's a client I need to attend. And I'm like, bro, like, which girls, bro? Then I go and I check out. Okay, let me hear them out. I don't know them. They're introducing themselves. They're like, oh, so what you up to tonight? Do you have some ice in your room? Like, they want me to entertain them. And they are bad. I'm not talking about 3 out of 10. I'm not talking about 5 out of 10. I'm talking about 8s and 9s. But the bigger the test, the bigger the testimony. I'm passing these tests that God is sending my way with flying colors. I'm proving to God and proving to my goals that I'm worthy of the next level. Because the bigger the sacrifice, the bigger the salvation. The bigger the obstacle, the bigger the opportunity. So me having these goals and stacking these wins from the time I wake up at 2:45 a.m., I've stacked up so many wins from the time I've woken up to where when my vice comes, when those girls come knocking, literally, bro, Abanye, they even just come straight to my house, like attempt to get in, and they're like, hey, what are you up to? Bro, like, bro, I'm busy, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I've got very urgent goals. Not right now. Like, I'm sorry. But then me stacking these wins, sticking to my word, now gives me the confidence to say no to my vices. But if you keep stacking the L's the whole day, you keep not holding your word to yourself, when your vice comes, when your friends call you, hey, bro, let's go drink alcohol. Hey, bro, let's go do this thing that wastes our time. Johnny, you obviously won't have the confidence to say no because you've been stacking L's. Already your self-talk is negative. You have a low image of yourself. Obviously you're gonna fall into that temptation and like, okay, anyway, I'm effed. Like, I've been taking L's the whole day. Another L. It's nothing usual. But then when you wake up early and you show up and you commit to acts of self-love from the moment that you wake up, when the vice of yours comes, you would have stacked up so many W's and at such an elevated frequency, your energy is so high that anything of a lesser nature, you just consider even stupid. Like, what the hell? Is this person really suggesting for me to waste my time? It won't even make sense to you. It won't even be a matter of, should I do it or not? It's going to be a matter of, is this in alignment with my goals or not? So now your vision is going to be guiding you, not your current situation. Where there's no vision, my people perish. I'll say it again. King Solomon said it so perfectly. When the vision of the future pulls you, you don't have to be pushed. You don't need to be woken up. The alarm clock is just in case my body plays tricks, but I'm going to wake up 2:45 no matter what, to serve my people, serve my community, get things done. Use regret as your guideline. Use your conscience to guide you. Conscience congruency turns confusion into clarity. Once you're connected to your conscience, that voice inside you, that is infallible, that tells you, no, bro, go to the gym. Get rid of those negative vices. That's God speaking to you through your intuition. Just like how when you commit negative acts, you feel guilty. That's God communicating to you, telling you, bro, I didn't create you like this. You are created in my image. I created the world and I created you in my image. You must know who you are and know whose you are. Change your identity to change your reality. Change your personality to change your personal reality, baby. Training shoulders and triceps. Let's go.